Hey guys, welcome back. Jared at 3Cs. How exciting is this? Our very first shipment of Z10s. Long overdue, because if you scroll down on our channel, we actually rode these things almost 2 years ago at the CFMOTO dealer meeting. Man, it's been a long awaited journey. Semi rolled in late last night, unloaded 2 of them. Let's go have a closer look and check these machines out. We will do our best to fit as much info in to a short video as possible. So apologize for the wind, but here it is. This is the Lava Orange and the Nebula Black. These are the 2 colorways. Now, of course, these are just a 2-seater. They do have that 4-seat model out as well. Let's just start right here in the front. So it's kind of cool. They've got an aluminum bash plate on the front of these things. What I like about these is we got some tie-down points. So, you know, of course, or like winch points if you're stuck or something. So a nice strong point in the front to tie this thing down by. It is a 4,500-pound winch with a synthetic rope. They redesigned the hook like 2 years ago. So I really like the look of that hook. Again, it comes with the handle. You always keep your hand on this side of the winch hook. So really good looking winch. You can tell right away how beefy these A-arms are. They're like 3 times the thickness of anything else CFMOTO's ever made. So the thickness of these is good right away. And I'm looking at the first time with you guys. We got grease fittings on the A-arms, which is exciting. Look how thick these steering arms are on this thing. These control arms, that's insane. It's awesome how thick all of that is. Look at those ball joints. So it's really cool. You got the Fox shocks on this thing. They're the 2.5-inch QSE shocks. Now what's really cool about these shocks is we can adjust the compression on the steering wheel, and we're going to go over all that in a minute. But there's 3 different modes for the shock. So compression is adjusted on the vehicle, or on the steering wheel, which is really cool. But those shocks are huge. These are by far the biggest shocks CFMOTO's ever put on a machine. All aluminum wheel, 5-spoke. Check this out, I parked it just right. ITP, and they are the Terra Hook tires. They're a 30-inch tire. So it's really, really cool. They're coming with 30s right off the gate. And I think they're going to give really good traction, and then of course probably better for the road too. It's not super deep, it's not going to make a cavitation type sound. And also right here in the front, this is where we put the fuel in this thing. So it's like a quarter turn, put it in, turn, locks in nice and tight. So that's kind of cool. Fuel tank is up here. Oh, and what you'll notice is there is no radiator in the front of this thing. Check this out. So the whole front of this buggy has no radiator on it. If we come back here, our intake is right here. You can see this big scoop, forced air, comes right in, right onto the radiators. And if we look up under here, you see these 2 massive cooling fans on the back side of the radiators. You can see the radiator, how thick that thing is up in there. It's so cool. Because we have a 998cc triple cylinder, turbocharged engine, 154 horse, 107 foot-pounds of torque. Look how big this Fox shock is in the back. This is the 2nd generation of their 3-link suspension. And just like, you know, any desert racer, that's the suspension that they would want on there. The way it works across the desert is awesome. Disc brakes all the way around. Look how big those things are in there, covering the whole size of that wheel. Huge rotors in there. We'll do more service videos in a little bit, but I'm going to say that's engine oil there. Looks like another check plug, transmission right here, transmission oil. Maybe not check plug, just a fill hole. Here's our tow point in the back, which is nice, so we can tie this thing down nicely. Check that out. Camera in the rear. It's got a little cover on there. We'll peel that off now. So reverse camera. Look how cool that exhaust is. Comes straight out the back. Look how wide this thing is. It's crazy. And look how thick these A-arms are again in the back. I wouldn't say A-arms. These are like maybe like just 3-link arms. One thing there's not a lot of is storage, right? So you can see how small this bed is. And a lot of that is because our radiator is way up in here, taking up all that room. Now, there are a ton of accessories already coming out, and we've been getting accessories for weeks. We literally have pallets and pallets of accessories for these things. Just patiently been waiting the machines to arrive. And in here, look how easy that clutch is to get to. You can simply see all the bolts pop right off the side, so that's super exciting. Some of the older Z-Forces, that stuff was buried under the seat. It would take 2 hours just to get to the clutch, so much easier to get to. I really like that orange. We'll do a quick walk around of the black machine here as well. Thing is sweet, all blacked out. They put a little bit of like orange pinstriping in the seat of this one, which is interesting. A little bit of orange down here. So both machines do have a hint of orange. I would have thought all the orange would have stayed on this one. You can see the orange pinstriping again. Orange down there in the dash. Another cool feature about the new Z-Force is it's a one-piece roll cage. This whole thing is fully welded. There's no bolts like we normally on side-by-sides. This dealer's right about here. We'd be bolting it. There'd be like a bolt point here, and then there'd be a bolt point down here. So fully one-piece chassis. And the only handle on these doors is on the inside. So you push there, and it opens just like this. It opens pretty wide too. I'd say it's a pretty wide opening on the door. Super easy to get into. One thing that I appreciate, because I am 6'4", you can fit right in this thing. It is so easy to get into. Tons of cab room. Oh, we have some sun coming out. Trying to turn the gimbal here for you guys. So 6'4", plenty of room here. Plenty of cab room. Look at my legs. I got tons of room down here. I am not sandwiched in this thing. The older Z-Forces, you know, they didn't really think about the size of the American people. So excited. The seats hold you really good. We can start over here. Auxiliary lights, lights off, low beam, high beam. So that's our light switch on this side. And I'm kind of learning this as we go. And in the middle is our start button. Different drive modes. Volume is here. Suspension controls are here, which is awesome. I'm going to keep my foot off of the brake, and we're going to hit the power button once. And this is a 7-inch display up here, so the driver has full control. You can see everything he needs. Miles per hour, shock stiffness, RPMs, 1.8 on the engine, 5 miles on this thing, because we just roll it off the truck, but they drive these around, right? So they've been driving this thing to get it to where it's going. Full tank of fuel. It's in park right now. And then over here, you got a bigger display. This is a 12-inch display. So much information on these things. So if I hit suspension here, if I'm going to go, let's see, we're already at firm, so I can't go any higher. But if I toggle down, oh, it's got to be running. So it won't toggle at the moment. But there's 3 modes. If I click here, you got firm, medium, and then soft as well, which is pretty cool. So you can change the stiffness of the suspension. A couple different home screens. I wish I could peel this thing off there, but I want to leave it on there for the customer. It gives us your coordinates, your pitch, your roll. We don't have a phone connected at the moment. We're in 2-wheel drive in the rear. And then I can go here. That's pretty cool. RPM across here, fuel gauge. It's kind of funny. Fuel gauge here, fuel gauge here. Suspension is in firm mode. And then we have different drive modes as well. I don't know if it'll change these. Okay, it did. So now we're in trail, sport. So we have sport, trail, comfort. Those are our 3 drive modes. So again, I wish I could drive this thing around, but it's going to be sold here later today. And then back to this screen. Yeah, it's kind of cool. On the new U10s, you could do the same thing. You can swivel it and like show different angles of the vehicle, which is pretty cool. If I hit here, it brings you to like your phone screen. If we connected a phone, Apple CarPlay, then that would give you the Google Maps on here as well. Pretty cool. You got a backup camera. That camera, we just pulled that little rip off the back. There's your camera in the back. How cool is that? That's pretty important because you cannot see behind you. This is like a new style skid steer to me. So I don't know if you can see me or not, but I am 6'4", and I cannot see over the top of the intake right here. Now I can see down the side, so if we're looking like this way, I can like stick my head out, but you are definitely going to want mirrors on this thing. You're not going to want to be trying to look over your shoulder or use that nice big camera in the middle. Maps, which you would need Apple CarPlay to do all this. Vehicle info, I have not clicked on. Coolant temp, battery voltage, miles, average speed maybe. And that engine hours is completely wrong. I think there is a bolt-in on this, so do not pay attention to that. This is the accurate. It's 1.8 hours. Anytime the display is on, I think this is running. There's going to be an update from what we've been told. So right here is our 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. So we can, let's see. Let's go back to this screen. And if we go down, we just locked it into 4-wheel. And then if we want to lock in the front diff, I pushed up on it, and now it's got the X for that being locked in. So unlock that. We'll go back to 2-wheel drive. Now these are already pre-wired, which is cool. You got your winch control. If I go out and in, maybe you could hear that. And then we have, these are pre-wired, different auxiliaries. So you can do light bars. Now this has a bus bar on it, and as we start to install accessories, we can do more videos on that stuff. So auxiliary switches are here. Check out this aluminum shifter. This thing is sweet. Really good feel to it. It doesn't hang up anywhere. It's always been a thing with every brand of side-by-side is the shifter. You do have USB. You got USB-C and standard USB, and then you got the 12 volt down there as well. So you got your standard connectors. I do wish there was even more of a phone pocket. Maybe I'm being greedy, because like I can plug my phone in there, but I can't put it anywhere. And then you've got this, well, it's pretty stiff and new, but this would adjust outwards. And then I have not opened this yet. What do we have? We have toolkit, oil filter, not a super deep storage compartment, but there is one there. So let's see, is there storage here as well? And opening. Oh yeah, that actually kind of tucks way down in. It goes way down underneath there. So you do have limited storage, but you've got one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side, and I'm sure they're gonna offer a lot of that stuff as accessories. But super comforting cab, like you're not gonna hit your shoulders on anything. It's pretty wide in here, makes it very easy to drive. 2 cup holders in the back. The seats really hold you in well. The seat belts are nice and tucked in, out of the way. We can start this thing. We'll hit the start button here. And let's go back to a fun screen. So RPMs are here. Give it a quick rev. You can see the RPMs bouncing up and down. We're in firm. I think now I could potentially change this. Let me try a driving gear. Yeah, soft, medium, firm. So the vehicle kind of has to be in gear before it'll allow you to change your suspension. You can see it says medium, soft. Now there's different power steering modes. I don't know why you would ever go off of auto, because the ECU is helping you on auto, but you have min, so minimal power steering assist, all the way down to max. But auto is obviously, let the machine do the thinking for you. Look at that, isn't that cool? We're at 2 different displays on this thing. That is so cool, look at this. So the passenger has a whole view of all that, just like the driver does. We'll turn the lights on so we can get a look of those. Yeah, check out those lights, that is so sick. Of course, there's a ton of light bar options on this thing. Let's see what these taillights look like. So one gripe on the previous Z-Force is the taillights were below the fender. Super weird design. They've obviously fixed that. So our taillights are super high on this thing. I think it sounds so good, so healthy. It's probably a little disappointing that we're not going to get to drive it in this video, but we did get to drive them at the dealer meeting. And again, I'll link those videos down below in the description. So if you want to see us actually driving one of these, it's in there. And stay tuned on the channel. We're going to do a ton of videos. We're probably going to deck one of these 2 out with all those accessories that showed up. So we'll give you a full preview of an accessorized machine. If you don't mind subscribing, we are almost at 30,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I really appreciate all the support. Big CFMOTO dealer, the #1 beta dealer in the country, so a ton of betas. Hope you guys enjoy the ride. See you on the trail.